think that the past 2 years, it's constantly being we're constantly redefining that, and as it's showing up as the illusion of being free, or whatever, how we felt we were living and being within this matrix or reality that we thought was. And I think that's something that's I personally am redefining along the way with changes, but definitely one of the things that I've kind of is more stable in the what sovereignty means to me is really being able to express, self-express, being uh, who I feel I am, and having the opportunity to express and reveal that with ease and harmony amongst others. Uh, and it's not about rights anymore, and it's not about this and that I'm making different associations with those meanings, and I keep going into them. I keep going back and depth. So it's something that I'm redefining, and of course it's much more spiritual than anything.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes,
I
thank
agree.
you.
Thank you, Elena. The sovereignty
I
is
also,
much more spiritual than we have really thought about.
Mm, mm. Yeah, I think that's what I'm experiencing. I'm realizing, and of course, with all the groups and discussions, and it just keeps coming there. I mean, even people that I've met, new people because of the situation, who weren't really, who are more on a rational kind of way, or more intellectualized, and not having kind of a more alignment with their own spirituality, or generally spirituality, now do have,
Yeah.
because of the restrictions and the measures of this time, because of this time, basically.
We are sat in that situation to just have to face and understand the meaning of restrictions and freedom and control. I think in this situation, because are we going to accept it, or do we want to find our sovereignty inside? This question.
And of course, the idea of personal responsibility and autonomy is all very much connected as well. And that's where, at least with my spiritual kind of path and journey, it's always seeking for the internal, the esoteric power from within, rather from without. And this time tells us that there is nowhere to find it outwardly. And the more you seek to find it outwardly, externally, at least for me, it just takes me right back in to find it. So it means a lot of things, and empowerment, personal power, but in with different nuances and different depths now.
I would say that sovereignty actually comes from the soul. Maybe we should call it soul sovereignty. Because it really is, our lives here is just a projection of our soul, of consciousness itself, because we are consciousness, we are God. We are the creators, and we are the creation also at the same time. So it's all in our hands, and that's why unlimited responsibility is so important, because since we are the creators, we're the ones who put the rules all the time. And even though they want to enslave us, or they have told us lies, or whatever is it, it could be these realities, could be another reality, it could be thousands of different realities, although the reality of the soul is only one, that we are the creators. And as the creators, we are free. There's no way of not being free. I mean, we're free to do whatever we want to do. We are free to create whatever we want to create. We're free to go wherever we want to go. Here in this dimension, in another dimension, we are interdimensional beings. We move from dimension to dimension all the time. We even have other parts of our soul in different dimensions. Everything is happening at the same time all the time. So there is no imprisonment, there's only freedom, and we can only be sovereign. That's how I see it. That's how blunt I see it. This is, for me, it's always been like this since I was talking to Cristiano yesterday. I said, like, for me, there was no discovery through OPPT about being free. For me, it was just like, oh, finally, a legal thing to do what I always thought I should do, or to be who, to act the way I always wanted to act, because there was no doubt that everything was wrong in the system. It's in this system, in the 3D matrix, Cytherian, regressive, horrible thing that we've been living in. Yeah, freedom comes from the soul. That's my perception.
But anyway, they can enslave only our bodies, not our souls. So we can be slaves, but with our bodies, but not our souls. Our souls will be always free to go.
I am going to disagree on that, because I wouldn't be a slave in my body either. I'd rather not be here.
Right now,
I will never sell myself to a system.
right now, no. If we can fight the system, or we can do something, yes, but otherwise, the situation is not very good at all.
Vai Missinato.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like also to say something about that, based on my personal experience, because it's true what you say, Rosmarin, and also me, I always felt like free as a soul, but it's true that all my spiritual path, mostly they take me like far away from the material world. I mean, from what is let's say the illusion that we are living, and what is the body experience in this collective consciousness that we are living, like, even like before of what we are living now. So I was trying to go against that. I mean, against the system in any way I could. And for example, I never use medicine. I was vegan. I was anyway, whatever I could do to try to be out of this system, just like to feel like, okay, in this way I can follow my soul and feel free. But then finally, many experience, it was like I felt like a trap. I felt like it's like I was going in a duality, like not accepting what is it here and now. I was like separating my body, my soul, not my body, my soul from my body. I was not accepting the experience of my body on the earth. And I was not accepting whatever the earth is offering us in any way she's doing. And it takes me many years to understand that the right way is always the balance. The right way is always in the middle, and like to embrace like whatever it is, whatever is, for example, to embrace, okay, let's say medicine. Of course, I never use medicine, but because I've been sometimes in some really dangerous situation, that if I was not going to take antibiotics, they could cut my legs. Then I understood, okay, sometimes I might maybe accept that, okay, maybe this can be good for me. I don't know. No, it was like an example. Like I was so much. Or for example, we were starting talking about the animal eating not animals, and I've been vegan for many, many years, more than 10, 15 years. And then last year I got a really, like for me with COVID, I got a really serious health problem that I lost all my energy. That was for me the totally like break. Like I lost my body, and then I could not move. And through this experience, since like passing through this black tunnel where I didn't have like no money, no energy, no material, all the material I was avoid, I was not have it anymore. So I could not live anymore. And what is, and I asked myself, where is the freedom? And even my soul, it was in a darkness, like, I mean, it was in the emptiness, the oneness of the emptiness, which was for me like nothing. And I was totally lost in this emptiness of the oneness. And I need to reactivate the experience and to find a way in order to connect what is the spiritual that I used to say with the body. Because there, for me, then the real sovereignty is when you can be this being and soul, embracing like in here and now with all the things happening, not being against that, but being through that, and maybe find a way to pass through that, but with a different feelings, accepting it, enjoying it somehow. So I really changed, I switched all my thinking, all my beliefs, and I help my soul to be and my body to be unite in reality and what it is here now. And so then I start to accept in a different way many things that before I was like avoiding. And from the time I start to accepting it, then everything went like, it's like I find my balance. And also it was a time then I found also the OPPT documents like that. And this also helped me to understand that finally this is like, we can find also the way to show the others that what I really feel is true. I mean, and it's we knew that we were like slave, we were okay, but now I feel more free also to express it and to show it, to experience it in a different way. I don't know how, if it's clear that so many aspects of my life, they're changed now, and actually I feel even more free than before. Even
course.
like, yeah, even like if sometimes now, because of my healthy situation, I have to eat once a time, like meat, or I have to eat yogurt, or I have to eat some eggs that, I was not using to eat. And all these get, and I accept them in a different way, of course, with balance, and of course, trying always to find the good quality and with the good energy, whatever. But this is an example that show me that okay, this is the reality. The body needs everything. We are like energy, yeah, but we are also much like the body is made from all the elements that we can find in the earth. So we have to find the right way to balance all these elements and accept them. And of course, it's up to each one of us to find the right way to balance and to find your health lifestyle through food, through whatever you do, or your art, or your daily life.
Yeah, of course.
fact
Everybody
that-
is unique.
The fact that this is for me, the fact, or the idea that this is a hologram that we're living because we're projecting, it doesn't mean that if it's not, there's no matter. Actually, matter comes from plasma. It just happens because of this acceleration of the spin rotation. But anyways, it's a physical procedure. But of course, we are embodied here. And when I meant free as a soul is what you're saying is living from the soul using this vessel that we have here. And because we're made of elements, we need to be in harmony with these elements. Actually, the only way to get to the neutrality or to the Christic energy is through the balance of both energies. Both energies have to be balanced. You have to be anchored to the earth and you have to be anchored up there so you can get the balance. So that's what I meant when I said free from the soul, from the perception of the soul, we are free. And the freedom is just that, be able to come here and play with matter. That was the original program for us as humans until we were hijacked. Our program was to come here and play with matter. So
yeah, it's true. It's exactly that. And then when you reach this state, even if like you are living in this restrictions period, full of restriction, full of travel, you may even not feel that. Like I personally, I don't feel any restriction in my life. I continue to do what I love. I continue to enjoy my daily life, my traveling, my friends, my everything. I am not feeling any restriction bother me because I'm not. I don't know, but it's because I'm exactly in this state that they are saying that, no, in this balanced state, and this for me this is sovereignty. When you are in
Yes,
this
but
balanced state.
I would like just an example, stupid example, but if you would be if you would force to get vaccinated, forced, so you have to, there's no chance that you can do that, then what would you do?
Yeah, Gilberto, if you are in this state as we are telling now, you will never arrive to experience this. I think you will never have the face to know this kind of experience, because whatever we experience is the mirror of our fears, is a mirror of any lack we have in this game of balance. So if you are in a state of lack or doubt or fear, of course you are going to, to face this fear. For example, it happened to me that during my travel, even if I was so sure that everything's gonna be well, because I've been traveled, many times, also with the papers of OPPT, and no test, no stop, no control, not everything. And once, when I was going to leave to go from France to Greece by airplane, they didn't let me go take the airplane because I didn't make the test. So that time I was so in anger and even fear, because I never make a test, and I didn't want to make the test. But there I felt forced that, if I don't know, I don't make the test, I will never leave from Paris, go back home. So I passed 3 days of hell. And then I understood that the reason why I experienced this is because it's not because I was aware that I don't need to make the test. And even if I make the test, I don't have any problem. I'm okay with that. Like this, that is mean to embrace the darkness, like to don't feel fear to pass through that. But me, I was in the fear of doing the test. So I was trying to avoid to do the test because I was the fear of that, not because I was in the awareness and consciousness that I'm not going to make any test because I don't need it and this is not my reality. So since I was in the fear of test, I had to pass through that. So when I passed through that, I understood that that was the reason why I experienced this. Then it was easier in the other times. You know, it was easier like to, and then even like if I had to be in front of this experience again, I always find other way that they let me go like without doing tests. I mean,
But did you
and
do
this is
the
the
test?
magic. This
I
is the
wanna-
magic. When you lose the fear of something, the fear doesn't need anymore to face that or to mirror you that.
But did you do the test or not?
That time, yes,
Ah, you did.
because otherwise I could not leave. But when I did
Okay.
the test, and when I did the
Understood.
test at the airport there in Paris, and I understood, because I spent really bad time with myself. I mean, and we know you need to plumb in the like deeply in the darkness in order to understand it. I was asking to myself why, you know, why I was so sure, like until now everything works very well. Why now I have to pass through that? Yeah, and so this helped me to understood that I was in a fear of making tests. So that's
And
this is the difference.
mhm. Personally, answering the question myself, I agree with Rosella. Like, I don't think I'll ever be in that situation because I don't have it within my vicinity. But my challenge is with my son. He's 19. I mean, he's totally on this side. I live in Cyprus. Now he's in Greece. He's in Athens studying. And it's I can't reach for myself. I believe I'll never come to like Rosella said, the reason it's not being forced, but it's him that my fears are there. And it's something that literally haunts me. It's a big challenge. At least 4 times a week, I have dreams and nightmares
Mhm.
of this thing. I mean, I've gone through Johnson and Johnson, Pfizer, like in my dreams, they're coming near him forcing him. So this is a big challenge of mine because of him, his situation. Although he's, no way, no way, but I struggle with that.
Yeah.
If that was,
I will talk about because of the children. I have 4,
mm,
and 2 of them is vaccinated and 2 of them is not.
Wow.
mhm,
So I just I know that things are never going to be so bad as they are told. They are never going to be as good as we suppose, because it's always in the balance in the middle. So I just trust that everything is going to happen as it should be, whatever is going to happen, the way it should be. Because, like you said, if you are in the fear, it's always this balance. Being like Rosemary was talking about,
mhm,
you was talking about this,
Mhm.
the balance of being in the here and now, in your soul and your body, just here and now, and not in this opposite all the time. This is the worst thing that could happen. This is the best thing that could happen. I have right, you have wrong. doesn't matter if you are totally neutral in your sovereign body, just be in your body. And it's like, for me, about to be a slave, we are never slaves except in our own mind and in our own life. We are the slaves for ourselves. It's my belief, because for many years now I have been working on myself to let go of all control, because I have always been, if someone is trying to control me, you have to go and do this and this and this, I was always fighting back. And then I realized that even my beliefs is controlling me. My own behavior is controlling me. Everything is controlling. I control myself. I have to let go of my own control so I can be totally free in who I am. The divine essence of who I am in this body that I came here to be. I came here to be in this body, this lifetime, to bring the divinity, this God into to earth, like everyone else is doing. So I have to learn to listen to this physical, learn to accept it, learn to respect it and value it, and listen to what do I need right now, and take the responsibility for my everything that is here inside it. At the same time, not taking control over by fear, because like I said in the beginning, I'm losing a lot of weight. For me, I'm a little thin for me, but at the same time, it's my fear of not trusting that my body is telling me that everything is okay. I have to learn to just trust that my intuition is telling me what to eat. My body is telling me what to drink, what to eat, what I need right now. And finding the balance in everything. Not be on this edge or this edge, just finding the balance. And not be like this, but like, because we are always moving.
Yes,
Thank
I agree
you.
with you, Sigga, and also with Rossella, because we need to find a balance. For me, it was the same. It's the same, no? Because if we don't have a balance, we lost everything. And also it's about energies. So if we put good energy in what we doing in here and now, it's helping us to focus, and also from my experience, I start to think less and feel more, because if we feel life, we feel the situations, we can understand if we are in resonance with us or not. So for me, use this criteria is really important in this moment.
Thank you. Finish.
Yeah, I agree with Francesca about thinking less and feeling more. I also started doing that a while ago, and is the only way to feel the resonance, because the brain actually I was it just came to me, you know, that the brain actually, it's a great modulator for frequencies, because when you recall a feeling, it immediately puts you in the same resonance again. So that's a use for the brain. Instead of thinking too much, you know, just use it for something. But yeah, think less, feel more.
I sometimes let my ego or my mind have something to do. So sometimes I say to it, because it's always like, so I say, okay, now you have to set up and you're going to find what nutrition I need right now. Find out what is needed in my body to do your job. I'm going to enjoy my life. So I am putting him in some work to do something. So he is going to be quiet. It's very interesting to, okay, I'm going to find out, Sika needs some minerals. So I have to find out, or vitamins or something. So my mind have to find out what it is. Then he is quiet.
Actually, what you're saying is very interesting, because I was listening to this woman that's very, very famous. She's a therapist. Her name is Marisa Peer. I don't know if somebody heard about her. She does rapid transformational therapy. And what she says is that the brain actually is our best friend in the way that he does, or it does, whatever we tell it to do. So instead of letting it just go by itself, you know, and start just bringing these weird things, you just think of things that you want from it. And like if you are going to do something that gets you very nervous, for example, like giving a speech in front of a bunch of people, instead of keep on telling to your brain that, oh my God, this is so scary, you know, I'm so nervous, you know, you are telling your brain that you are not comfortable with that situation. So your brain is going to do something to get you out of that situation. Instead of that, if you're going to lie to your brain, because you are lying at the end, because it's not a real situation, you're inventing it in your brain. It says like, why don't give it a positive lie and say like, God, I enjoy so much giving the speech. This is going to be so much fun. I'm going to have a blast, and this is going to be a great time, you know. And then you put your brain to work for you. So what you're saying is actually interesting in that sense. It just reminded me, and you know, it's always about sharing. So there you go.
Because I really remember the first time I could, because sometimes I was making a lot of history in my mind. I was just playing out some, and sometimes in the night, I wake up in the middle of the night just with my brain making something up. So in one night, I was just so tired of I said, shut up, Sika. Just haltu kjafti in Icelandic.
What? Sorry?
So I was just telling my ego, my brain, mind, to be still. And I was I said it in Icelandic, so in my mind. And
okay.
it was just like this. I was just, okay, now is nothing there. Now I can go to sleep. Good night. It was just like this. I just take the control over my mind.
Yeah, that's important.
Because he was controlling me, but there I learned that I can control him. And it's very easy. You just have to be very, very strict in the beginning, because he is used to have the control. So you just say him to just shut up. I don't want to listen to you. Go and do something else or go to sleep or something.
It's not very easy for everybody, but it's possible, of course.
You just have to try. You just have to try. It
Yeah,
was
you know,
not easy for me.
another
wasn't.
way, a little easier, because you know, I work a lot with like 4 or 5 things that we inherently have as our own human technologies within us, and for creating our creative technologies. And one thing is attention. And attention is one way to use or direct our mind, but it's a word. Attention has so many other associations with it, because also words are something, again, that trigger things in our mind or have other forces, creative forces. So attention, directing our attention, first of all, like you said, Siga, catching your mind, being the observer of that. And then, okay, you can kind of like try to direct the attention, or attention. Where do you want to give attention? And attention's easier than using attention is easier than like, okay, I'm going to switch it over to this. It's negative, it's positive, and it's, you know what I mean? That's a little, that could be more challenging for people, like Judith said, and it's not that easy. But it's like you also said, the practice of it, of observer, and then the attention, direct your attention, because all it's doing is going, it's not all it's doing, but what it's doing, it's the attention is going to a specific thing, to a focus, you know, and it's attention, and attention does a lot. It's a creative force, and it's just a different way of seeing it, which is a little, I find it a little bit more easier to uh, practice that way.
Mhm.
Good.
Yeah, and me, for example, another practice that I do when I have too much question or thinking or doubt, or things that are coming in my mind, they're talking. I just like give up, as I say, you know. So I observe all this and I say, okay, I cannot find the answer with my brain. I can't. So I just really, I talk with the universe and I say, I don't know anything. You will find me I trust, and with faith, you will find me the answer. You will find me the solution. And of course, always the universe will give you the answer or the solution at the last time, at the last minute. Always. I don't
That's
know,
so
but I
true.
think all of you had always the same
And
experience.
yeah, that's so true. But like you said it though, you also gave the reason why, because you've exhausted and you've tried everything, and you went through all of it, and then you reach and you're like, surrender, here, it's yours, take it.
Yeah.
And then you make room. You make room in your space, in your energy, and you make room for it to come. But it's after you
Exactly.
do that, yeah. I had
Exactly.
an interesting, like, actually many things like this, but that's also my way when I give up. But I'm also the type that I'll keep trying and figure it out and figure it out. And then when I can't, it's like the most recent thing, I'll be very short with this, but it was just because I found it fascinating, because it was so outside of anything I knew, no knowledge of, no nothing. I was helping a friend of mine in the migration here in Cyprus. She's Sri Lanka. She was going to get married to this Englishman, and I was one person here in Cyprus is responsible for the whole island. And she was just showing me a form from the UK. You have to get this form, and it was Chinese to me. I had no idea. I said, "This is not a form. This is a letter." No, no, you have to get this form, and it has to be notarized and whatever. no information. She could not give me any more information, direct me. I had no idea what this thing was. I came back to Limassol. I was showing everyone if they could get something from this, and they're like, it's a letter. And I was so frustrated, and I didn't know what to do. All right, and that was it. And then I think I went out late that night, and I slept late, and I forgot about it. But I was like, before I slept, I was like, I don't know what to do. Please help me. You know, this was the last thing I said at night, you know, because I had to solve this thing. The next morning, as soon as I woke up my eyes, it was the instructions, do this, call home office, find this, the website. I heard it, and I also was watching it. And this stuff I have no idea about what the home office is in it. I had no idea. I didn't know anything about it. And it was just given like that. And it was like, wow. And I followed the instructions, and it actually worked. That was what was needed. And I had zero knowledge about this thing. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's great.
that's a very reliable source. Yeah.
I would like to share with you a little bit because I don't know if you have heard about, I have a bank, let's say, issue, a case, and actually 2 banks. Now I'm going to go into the duality and the practical stuff. But it's also all about how do we react to all of these things. And I haven't really been reacting to the case or the banks. I've been reacting to my cousin who is getting the letters. And she is in such fear of authority, and I can feel her when she, oh, this letter, this isn't opening, and she's all in fear, and I'm like, oh my God, because she's in fear, and I feel that I am inconvenieting her receiving. So I changed the address in September and said, you don't have to get the letters anymore, just relax. And I changed it in the National Register and sent the bank a notice. I got it back from the bank that they've notified it and everything. Anyway, then the last interaction with the bank was very proper, with a letter, very, very studied from my part, with help from some people, Gabriel and Anna, and sending the documents and everything and so on. And then they said, the response came, we're sending you to court. We're sending you to court. Okay. And then nothing for over 3 weeks, nothing, not a word. And I thought, okay, it's gone. And then I get a letter from my cousin this morning. I got a letter. This is, you are in the court. And I reacted to her. Oh my God, she's getting another letter. Not because I was going to go to court. And this was going to be now on Wednesday, this Wednesday. And of course I'm in Italy and the court is in Iceland. And then I start going through the letter that they're sending. And it was very interesting because I was so calm about all of this, that I see everything they're doing is illegal. Everything is tricky business, illegal. The dates don't fit, the way they put the letter through the letterbox, all of these things, because I had a completely rational mind looking at it. I just needed a second opinion. So I talked to Gabriel and Anna just before I came here and told them about that. And we went through the whole letter and they was like, oh my goodness, this is a theater. This is ridiculous. And then Gabriel said, well, you have to tell your cousin that she's not supposed to take any responsibility of this, that she just takes the letter if it comes, and she puts it outside on the letterbox and says, I don't know this person. And they didn't even send it per mail. They put it through the letterbox without a post stamp.
Oh, wow. Mm.
And when he said that, oh, of course, because I was seeing that maybe I needed to respond one more time, and then, oh, of course, it's my cousin. And so I wrote her a little line, just don't open the letters, honey, just put them outside. You're not responsible. And I just make a cross over this business. And I don't care, they can put me in jail, but I but I have the how to say, also I have everything with me on this, but it was the cousin that was
How did
main.
your cousin react?
I'm gonna
How
have a
did
glass
your
of
cousin
wine for
react?
you to celebrate today.
I haven't gotten a response from her yet. I just came on here, so but I asked her to send me a picture of the letter. It's everything is fake in there. It's just amazing how they do this, how they play with us, with our fear.
Well, I was watching the video you sent yesterday with this guy that says everything about UCC, how it's all a lie, it was invented for a lie and everything. And it reminded me when we were talking about that, remember we were making the path of the I am with, and I said like, the UCC are draconian laws, and there you guys were laughing. I was like, oh my God, yes, they are. They were made by them, of course, of course.
I think
But,
though, I think though they did it in honor, didn't they, originally, the UCC, but it changed. It was overtaken, I think.
I don't know. But
No.
what you are saying is true. It's the whole system is a lie, so that's why they have to do
Yes.
it this way, because it's
Yes.
all a lie.
Yes.
What you need for a lie to work is people to buy the lie. That's it.
That's exactly it. And they count on it that you don't see it. I think the system is many bankers and people in this business, I think they're really, really holding so tight to the grip of the power because they're feeling it. That's slipping away. We are too many who are seeing through this stuff.
Yeah,
So,
and like we were saying, we don't need any documents to be sovereign. From the moment you don't buy the lie anymore, that's it. It's gone.
Yeah. So just felt like sharing this because I thought it was so interesting to see, oh, it was the cousin. She just needs to put the letter outside and that's it. Cross.
So in your case, you didn't have the fear for the bank, but you had the fear for your cousin. So now that they understood it, I think she will let you let you alone.
Yes, I was just feeling with her because she's in such fear, and I didn't want to involve her with this. So yeah.
I think it's easy to be scared when you receive that letter because, of course, they are written from lawyers, and if you're not a lawyer, you read something like this, and oh my God, now it's finished or something like that. I don't know. You know, it's quite normal that you can feel a bit scared.
Sure. Her husband is a lawyer and has worked for
okay.
the...
So that could be more. So she shouldn't be in that case.
Yes, but I think also, I mean, she's a very proper, let's say, loyal. She's a good-hearted person. She really is, or being. But I think also the way I am, because I am the crazy person in the family.
Okay.
I provoke her way of being. I provoke her world with the way I am, and so I'm shaking.
That's why she got another letter Although you changed the address, she's still got another letter for her own stretching, you know.
Can you give us her address so we can also
Oh, poor thing. Oh, yeah.
I did something like that when I got the letter from the medical board, and but after that, without responding, then they deleted me. So, but doesn't matter because everything is fake, everything is false, everything it's illegal. But now I know that, but before I didn't know. And so
Yeah.
when I understood that they deleted me, so I couldn't do anymore the doctor. And so I felt really bad about that. Now I know, but before it wasn't very good.
Yeah, true. Yes.
What exactly happened? Maybe I don't know because I'm new here.
Sorry,
What exactly happened?
to me?
Yeah.
Because I was a doctor, and as I didn't pay the fee, we can say the annual fee, and this is illegal, that you don't have to pay to a private institution something to be a doctor, because I am a doctor, and nobody can say to me, you can't be a doctor, you can't do it the doctor. Because I have the diploma, I have everything. But as I didn't pay the fee, the annual fee, they deleted me. They said to me, you can't do the doctor anymore. And I can't do that. Because in the society, you can do that. And only, we can say, maybe 1 year ago, I understood that they are wrong, but I was thinking that I was wrong.
You thought okay. Uh-huh.
Of course, because it was like that I was against the law. But they are against the law, not me. But they.
Yes, but what made you think you decided not to pay?
No, I'm sorry, I didn't have money, so I couldn't pay. My situation
okay.
is quite.
Okay.
I don't
because
have money, so.
Okay, I thought you decided not to pay.
No.
And then so why were you thinking you were
No,
wrong?
no,
I
no.
didn't understand. Okay.
No,
Mhm.
I didn't have money to pay, and I said to them, unfortunately, I am in this situation, but they decided to eliminate me, to cancel me from the book, the medical book. Even if I was a doctor, so it's something that is so idiotic. For few money, you're going to eliminate a doctor? What you have in your brain, but they don't have anything in their brains. So,
Excuse
no,
me, but
no surprise.
For money, doctors killing people these days.
Exactly.
This is the hard truth. For money or for fear are killing, and they care nothing.
Exactly. They don't care. They don't understand. It's not even their fault, because sometimes we blame people, but if they are not able to understand what they can do.
Oh, if for 10 euros that the doctor's taking here in Cyprus for a vaccine, call their clients and say, are you gonna vaccinate? And they know maybe they didn't take the vaccine for themselves. And for 10 euros are calling people to take the vaccine. We are talking about situation like this. More people know what this vaccine is. But they force people. Others
know.
are knowing and are not talking.
Yeah, but not many people really know what is in the vaccine. Or better, a lot of people don't believe because all the governments, all the mass media are paid. And so they say what is good for them, but they don't care about the health of people. Of course not, because it's money. It's just money.
Jill, today in the discussion that, because last night we had this meeting and again, we're going over sovereignty and what things that came up with OPPT. My partner and I, he's been practicing and studied this for 20 years, me 10 years. You may know him. It's Dr. Hammer. He's a German. He died 3 years ago.
Hammer?
Hammer.
Wow. Of course, I know him. I never met, of course.
Of his work. So
I heard, of course.
yeah,
Everybody.
so
Not
one of
everybody.
the things that we were discussing today, and this is what we're very involved in, is medical sovereignty. Now, even on this side, because I don't like always using this side or this side. Let's say the people who don't want, to get vaxxed and stuff like that. But because of the 2 years and all the fear and the focus is health. Yeah, they used before, whatever, with the Twin Towers, it was public safety. Now it's health safety. So they use this. But even on this side, yeah, there's so much diversity and also fear and different, everyone's on different levels of, oh, we don't want, get vaxxed, but we're scared of contagion and scared of this, and you need this and immunity and build and keeps it. I'm so glad we were having this discussion that I have health sovereignty. There's no fear because of the work, Dr. Hammer's work, and the practice of it, and we experienced that. So it's so amazing not to feel any worry or concern about your health from external thing. This is health sovereignty, so big, and it's how I want to relate it to your story is sometimes, something like that, which is so like crazy and could be terrible as an experience it was for you, but it's kind of maybe forcing you out, be out of there, so you won't be associated. You know what I mean? You're somewhere else with it. Whatever, you can go somewhere else. You don't want to be a part of that. Maybe some, you know what I mean? It's just the universe plays different, shows up differently, and they could be blessings in disguise, these things. Yeah, if we're not ready to actually take the leap, it will force us out in another way, maybe uncomfortable, but it'll definitely, there's a higher purpose for us. So I'm very sure actually this was probably something better for you, and more expansive, let's say more expansive, because the medical industry is, and we don't have to say much. I think we all share the same opinion on it to be here right now.
They are sick. They are the illness.
Yes. And Dr. Hammer, years ago, like early 80s, he was taking his license away too.
I know.
I mean, he went to present this
Yes,
to the
yes.
board, what beautiful, his thesis and all this, and like, oh, whatever we learned was wrong, and this, and the pharmaceutical, and he was canceled
But
and taken to
it
jail.
was even in jail.
He went to jail too, yes. That
Exactly.
was for another reason, yeah. But yeah, and out, but they kept him alive for so many years because he kept delivering more research and research and research, you know. But they kicked him out. Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
But when it happened, I didn't understand. And so I was thinking that it was a very, very bad thing that was happening to me. But now I don't think like that. I don't think at all.
What are you feeling now?
I don't care.
Hmm.
Now it's okay because I feel, because think of it, this is the mind. They told me, no, they told me, they deleted me. In that moment, I thought I'm not anymore a doctor. But this is stupid. I am always a doctor. I didn't, we can say, they can't cancel everything I did, the 25 years that I worked as a doctor. It's not eliminated, everything. It has been eliminated, and now I'm not anymore a doctor. I am always a doctor, but I was thinking that I wasn't anymore, it was finished. Now I don't care. I did the doctor, I can do a doctor, no, because I don't want to, I'm not anymore interested to do the doctor. But I don't feel anymore bad because I have been deleted as a doctor from the stupid book, the stupid medical book that right now I don't consider anymore something important. But before, yes. Before, I didn't know anything. So being cancelled from the book, the doctor's book, we can say medical book, oh my God, it's finished. My life is finished.
Maybe it's better you are an artist now, Gilberto, and it's more fun and joyful. We prefer you as an artist.
Yeah,
Think of it.
I thought
think
you
of
were
it.
an
Yes,
artist from the beginning.
but exactly,
I have
exactly. I didn't
Not a
know that I
doctor,
was
an
an artist.
artist.
I
Gilberto,
didn't know that I was an artist. Okay, not good artist, but an artist.
let me say something about the situation.
Yes, of
You are
course.
not a systemic doctor anymore. You are the doctor of the new life, for the new era. No one can take your knowledge.
Exactly.
You know, I am a refugee
Exactly.
from war. I was 8 years old, 1974, when it was war here. And Cypriot, from this moment and after, they invest in the knowledge. Maybe Cyprus has the bigger presentation from high qualified population in the world, maybe. Because of this, we learn one thing: don't invest in materials, invest in humans. So the knowledge is yours. No one can take it from you. If you know to heal people, no one can take it you. So you are the doctor of the future. You left the past. to go in its darkness. This is my word for you.
No, thank you. But this, yeah, please.
My studies was dentist technician. I throw my diploma away the first time that my boss enforced me to give for Patian crown with hole. I said, I didn't spend my time to study and to do things like this. So it's better for me to take my diploma and to put it on a toilet to sit every morning and say, hi, you was a good one, you take your diploma, but you never make it mess. This was, and I was 22, 23 years, maybe 24, when I took the decision. If anyone want my help, I can help. But I didn't put myself in a system. From this moment, he said, I cannot. My dream was to help people. So that's what I'm saying to you. Keep in your heart, but you're a doctor of the new era.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
We will need more people like you, doctors of the new era, definitely.
Doctors and people to give to humanity from pure heart, not for money. And I think the universe will send back to every one of us what it's everyone has value for.
But you know, I can share you this. It's my dream. My dream was to found a community in which many people were coming, like doctors, healers, I don't know, doesn't matter, many different techniques and so on. And then we could help other people and doing something good for people, but it's just a dream.
We are going to create it. That's
It's
what we are
exactly
here.
that I was thinking about for some years ago, because the English word for it.
So
I was studying alternative medicine,
Yeah.
herbalism, and a lot of things. And we wanted to create some kind of center with the doctors and both sides, everyone together, united together, and we do things together, because we are so much more. And Rosemary, you were talking about silica, and my head going to spin up because horsetail is the herb that is a lot of silica in, bamboo and horsetail. So therefore it's very good to drink horsetail tea, I will suppose. So if we are going to change our body into silica body, silica.
And it's possible to use crystal therapy.
Yeah. My beloved, I have to go because I am going to my every Monday cacao ceremony for my fellows being. So thank you for tonight, and I see you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye,
I have to
Sika.
go
Bye-bye.
See you soon.
See you.
Bye,
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Sika. Bye-bye.
I have to
Bye.
leave too as well. So
Night.
saying
Yeah.
Maybe we leave
I think
everyone.
we should.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
everybody.
Yeah.
Let the spirit hide and the heart pure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lots of love to you.
Much
See you
love.
guys. See you.
Bye-bye,
Bye,
everyone.
bye,
Thank you for
bye,
having
bye.
us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.